Hey,
60
Hun?
seconds.
Yeah, Mavis.
Can you give me a mic check, please?
It looks all right to me. Everything's plugged in. Is that what you want?
Hun, talking to the
Oh,
mic.
no, excuse me.
Alrighty, Raul here. Need you to count off. Tell me how many people we have playing. Playing by yourself? Well, how fortunate for us. Apparently there's nothing good on cable. Go ahead and type in your name.
Crisis situation. Would you use it?
Oh, and do you want a 7-question game or a 21-question game? All right, thanks.
30 seconds.
Your buzzer is the letter B, as in bright periwinkle blue.
20 seconds.
Hey, Grizzly Adams, how
Sonny.
about tightening up that shot?
Roger.
20. Hey, when a question pops up, you gotta buzz in. Then you pick your answer on the screen and hit the right number on the keyboard, all right? Follow me? It's real easy.
10 seconds.
All right,
9,
good luck.
I never even
8,
saw the guy answer.
7,
Okay,
6,
let's get rid of that
5,
desktop.
4,
Let's go to black.
3.
Rollster available in gray, tan, black, and red clay. Genuine imitation brush, leather hat, fringe vest, and couch spurs available separately.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Yeah, welcome to You Don't Know Jack TV, my friend. Just me and you tonight? How nice for us. What do you say you squeeze in nice and close? We'll take the phone off the hook. Maybe I'll even rub your feet later. This is it. Just you. I hope you appreciate this. All right, let's go. Give me a category.
Question 1 is taped before a live studio audience.
The category is My CTV. You give me a right answer, I'll give you $3,000. Yeah, here comes one of my favorite questions because it's about me. What's my favorite TV show? Hong Kong Phooey, Mannix, Charlie Rose, or the Bassmasters? For the curious, here's the right answer. The one show that I'll stay at home to watch is My Man Mannix. I'm telling you, when I was a young boy, I used to dream about Mannix. He'd look at me with those steely eyes and grab me in those big, strong arms, and we'd solve a case together. Hey, I don't care what you think. I'm talking about Mannix. All right, pick a category. This one's called Playing with Pigskins and Picking at Bad Skin. $3,000 for this one. You know how your favorite TV shows are always teaching something valuable about life? Well, this week's lesson is teaching youngsters about love and life through football. Because an actual pro football player turned actor is not part of the show's regular cast, which scenario is least probable? MacGyver trains runaway teens to block. Hunter shows junkies the forearm shiver. Father Murphy runs orphan scrimmages. Or George Papadopoulos punts Webster. Here's the one you didn't pick. MacGyver does not feature a former NFL star as part of its cast. Although if he had to, I bet MacGyver could make all the uniforms and equipment for the kids out of some tin foil and chewing gum. Time to pick.
This is question 3.
Shake hands with I may not be a jock, but I play one on TV. $2,000 for a correct answer. All right, I want you to concentrate and fill in the blank when you think you know the name of this TV show. It's a show that features a whole mess of celebrities. At one point, Howard Cosell was one of the hosts. All these celebrities competed in like different sports. The teams were divided by networks. What the heck was the name of it? You want it? You got it. Type in the answer and hit return. Battle of the Network Stars. Now, how could you possibly make Battle of the Network Stars any better? Well, 2 words. Live ammunition. Category, please.
Spotless window, shining floor, do it all with number 4.
May I introduce Saturday mornings and your tax dollars at work. $1,000 if you get it. Hey, you remember that song from Schoolhouse Rock, I'm Just a Bill? Suppose next Saturday you see the short educational cartoon, I'm Just Mr. Bill. What are you watching? A talking horse eating oats in the Oval Office. A bird chirping about checks and balances. Mr. Bill is the animated clay figure from Saturday Night Live that's always getting crushed. I'm stuck in the elevator with Bob Peckwood again. Oh no! Throw me a category. All right, flesh, butt, spits, I'm poor.
It's time for a gibberish.
Grab hold of this gibberish category. Those wacky veterans. I'm going to open the value of this gibberish question at $5,000. Now, as soon as you know the answer, you buzz in and start typing, because I'm going to take away some of that cash every second and a half. All right, tell me, what famous line does this rhyme with? Vets prepare full-out scare. First clue, it's heard on an 80s cop show. It's heard on a cop show called Hill Street Blues. Ever heard of it? Last clue, you're being... It's all yours. Type in the answer and then hit... You know, that's the exact same thing my mom used to say to me when I started dating. That and something about her being too young to be a grandmother. I don't know, I never listened. All right, I need a category. Coming at you. No weigh-ins in, no weigh-ins out. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. You know, if any show is proven that nepotism is fly, it's In Living Color. Based on the number of weigh-ins that were regulars during the course of In Living Color, to what might they change the show's name? My 3 weigh-ins. Party of 5 weigh-ins. The Weigh-ins Bunch, or 8 weigh-ins is enough. Keenan Ivory, Damon, Kim, Sean, and who could forget little Marlon. They were all in the show at one point or another. So, it's a party of 5 weigh-ins. Now, the real question is, how many weigh-ins does it take to have one successful post-In Living Color career? Give me a category.
Hi.
Order.
Don't shoot. Got him out.
Tonight. Savory.
I love you, question 7.
For your enjoyment, a heavy flow day. How does $2,000 sound? All right, listen up. Now, you know how actors will sometimes go incognito to study the lifestyle of the person they're going to play in the movies so they feel closer to the part? Damn, you must be in some kind of big hurry. I'll tell you what, I won't waste your time reading the question then. Oh, come on. You got that right? Come on. What? What are you sleeping with somebody who works at Jellyvision? Nobody makes me look stupid. God, except me. I've been in this booth way too long. All right? Get me out. Nobody can hear me. They can't hear me. They can't hear me. Time to pick a category. Let's take a look at, Mom, are you still doing laundry? You get it right, I'm giving you $1,000. See what you can do with this one. Because he's the loneliest guy in town, which of these repairmen probably spends the most time leaning against a washer during its spin cycle? The Maytag repairman, the Frigidaire repairman, the Whirlpool repairman, or the Magnavox repairman? The loneliest guy in town is the repairman from Maytag. I understand this guy is so lonely that when he wants to cuddle, he puts the washer on delicate. All right, pick a category. Let's see what we got going. It's hard to keep their clothes on. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Here's the question. Which of these is a school art project your child could do with paper dolls? Coloring a supermodel's face with crayons, gluing together a family of oil barons, cutting out lady journalists, or eating paste with... Paper Dolls was a show from the 80s, when else, about the cruel, high-power world of modeling. So your kid would be coloring the face of a teen supermodel.
Hey, you little brat, stay in the lines. You're making me look fat.
Throw me a category. Today's specialties include when it rains, it rains. We're playing for $3,000 this time. Think fast, it's question time. If weatherman Willard Scott spiced up his weather forecasts by incorporating elements from one of his earlier jobs, what might he do? Box 100-year-old women, interpret the weather through dance, preach to viewers to change their ways, or wear a red wig and floppy shoes. Before he was a weatherman, Willard Scott was the first Ronald McDonald. Yeah. And ironically, he wore a skin cap to look as bald as Bozo and a toupee to look as hairy as a weatherman. That does it for round one. Let's move on to round two. Now in round two, every question is worth twice as much, so there's going to be some big cash moving around. Let's get to it. Category, please. We're calling this one, My Baloney Has a First Name. This one can get you $6,000. Put it in gear, because here we go. If instead of Hamburger Helper, you decide to serve your family a casserole creation called Jerry Helper, what would be the best description of your entree? George Costanza's boss with lasagna noodles, Rob Petrie's neighbor au gratin, friend of Opie Taylor's stroganoff, or Tim Taylor's co-worker with peas and carrots? Rob Petrie's neighbor from Dick Van Dyke is that tasty fella Jerry Helper. I hear it goes very nicely with a tall glass of milk coulis and a tossed Sally. All right, I need a category. Open wide and get ready for They're Not So Odd. You want $6,000? Give me your right answer. Hey, what a surprise. Those fellows from The Odd Couple are at it again. Oscar's had some people over and Felix is complaining about the mess. Suppose the British sisters from upstairs are the mess makers. Based on their surname, which would be the most appropriate complaint for Felix to make? Assist my hamburgers? No, thanks. They're like rats with wings. For the last time, no more starch. Or, what do you expect from crumbled rocks? So you don't lose any sleep over it. Those two young crumpets who live above Oscar and Felix are the Pigeon sisters. Of course, the first thing that would tip Felix off is all that black and white crap all over the place. All right, pick a category.
13!
For your viewing pleasure, Big Top. Is that a crack about Wheezy? How does $4,000 grab you? Okay, let's say that Mr. Bentley, the confused but lovable neighbor from the Jeffersons, ends up running a circus. Considering the favor George Jefferson often performs on Mr. Bentley, what job would Mr. Bentley most likely offer George in the circus? Sword swallower, tightrope walker, animal trainer, or costume designer? George often walks on Mr. Bentley's back to relieve Bentley's back pain, so it stands to figure that George might be offered the job of tightrope walker. I just hope for Bentley's sake that George doesn't take a liking to the trampoline act.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Give me a category.
The kookiest digits you've ever seen. Together they're 14.
And our special guest tonight, Slippery When Dead. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, I'm sure you'll remember from his big late 80s rock and roll hit that John Bon Jovi is a what? A cowboy. That's right, on a steel horse he rides. Why? Because he's wanted, man. Dead or alive. Yeah. If bounty hunter Josh Randall from Wanted Dead or Alive were after John Bon Jovi, which actor would get to test Bon Jovi's loaded six-string? Pete Burns, Rutger Hauer, Steve McQueen, or John Walsh? If Bon Jovi has a price on his head, Steve McQueen will play the bounty hunter with an empty pocket.
Nice six-string.
Nice sawed-off carbine.
Go for it.
Time to pick a category. Hey, smart move, my friend. You just got your hands on a dis or dat. And this This or That Questions category is, ladies and gentlemen, the Solid Gold Psychics. Heads up. I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one, okay, you've been through this. I'm just going to put your 30 seconds on the clock then. And we're off. Andy Gibb, Psychic Friend. Rick Dees. Dionne Warwick. LaToya Jackson. Esther Sherman. That's all of them. Hey, you got 5 wrong. You know, in the TV industry, they say, that sucks. Let's look at the damage. Don't worry about it. I won't. Throw me a category. The category, my TV has the drip. Heads up, this one's gonna be $6,000. Okay, so we all heard about these liquid diets, right? Well, say your doctor puts you on a liquid television diet. Because it was never featured on liquid television, which of these would you not be consuming? Stick Figure Theater, Aeon Flux, Beavis and Butthead, or The Ren and Stimpy Show? Ren and Stimpy is the only show I mentioned that was never featured on MTV's animated liquid television. I'd be careful, though. An all MTV diet seems to cause teen angst. Category, please.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
God
Thank
bless.
you. You're beautiful.
Let's have a big warm welcome for Give Me Some Skin. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Let's see how you handle this one. Which of these characters would not set off the metal detector at the airport? Michael Knight, Tweaky, David Banner, or Steve Austin? David Banner, or the Incredible Hulk, is not a machine or a rebuilt human being. He's just a regular guy who gets large and green when he gets pissed. Excuse me, but those are my peanuts.
Okay, you can have them.
All right, I need a category. All right, give it up for my career is getting in the way of my taxi driving. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. All right, imagine this particularly hilarious episode of Taxi. The gang decides to form its own version of the Village People and perform at a talent show based on their side jobs. Which Taxi People character would you not see? A rock singer, a boxer, an art dealer receptionist, or a reverend? You want to see what the smart money says? None of the characters on Taxi has a side job as a singer. Although Mary Lou Henner's character might want to think about it. I mean, she's got a set of lungs on her that could belt out a freaking opera. Give me a category.
Minty cool, minty fresh 19.
Well, what do we have here? My Stones are rolling. 4K coming your way for a right answer. Hey, are you a Rolling Stones fan? Well, that ain't gonna help you here. Imagine you call into a radio contest and win tickets to see the Stones. Much to your disappointment, it turns out that the tickets are for a live reenactment of which show? Leave It to Beaver, The Donna Reed Show, Father Knows Best, or The Dick Van Dyke Show? The correct answer is, the family on the Donna Reed Show is headed up by Donna and Alex Stone. The Stones. You see? You like that? And if the station offers you Bob Denver tickets, chances are you're not going to be hearing Rocky Mountain High at that show. Time to pick a category.
Question 20 now concludes its broadcast day.
This category is known as Mrs. Livingston, I presume. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Okay, remember that guy Stanley? He went to Africa and he said, Dr. Livingston, I presume? Well, imagine this. Instead of finding Dr. Livingston, Stanley encounters Mrs. Livingston from The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Based on her role in the show, how might he greet her? Mrs. Livingston, Eddie grew in your womb. Mrs. Livingston, alive from the tomb. Mrs. Livingston, type this by noon. Or Mrs. Livingston, clean Eddie's room. Should have picked this one. Mrs. Livingston was the housekeeper, so he probably would have told her to clean Eddie's room. Oh, and when you're done with that, Mrs. Livingston, why don't you float up the Congo and kill me some dinner, will you? All right, pick a category. You're about to embark upon the attack. A little edgy, aren't we? I thought someone switched to decaf. Here, try this clue. Quit! You're killing me! I hope this doesn't hurt you too much. Bye-bye. Way to go, my friend. Like I always say, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose as long as you get to play with yourself. Now get the hell away from the computer, will ya? Because
you don't know jack. Very nice work, people. Let's get those commercials going. Raul, hon, we doing this again?
Hey there, player. Congratulations on making the high scoreboard. Some people like to call it the high scoreboard. I prefer to call the scoreboard, which is high. It's all semantics. If you'd like to play again, let me know.
Moms love it because it spreads like butter. Kids love it because it goes down easy. And best of all, Splat uses the parts of animals usually bound for the trash heap. And in today's waste-conscious world, that's important.
Spreadable lips, anuses, and teeth.
Splat!
The yummy alternative.
Splat! Remember, if it spits, craps, or squirts, it's in there.
Hey, great party!
Yeah, but have you tried the punch? Here.
Ah, it's warm.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Warm drinks can spoil any party, but you don't have to suffer with this problem anymore because there's ice. Ice is made with fresh water, not that salty stuff you find in the ocean. Ice is frozen water, and it keeps your drinks refreshingly cold.
Here, Jimmy, catch!
Ow, my eye!
Ice reduces swelling. When applied to a cut or bruise, ice can supply soothing, fast relief. Ice can even be used to transport severed limbs to your nearest emergency room. And when you arrive at the hospital, that very same ice can be melted down to provide a refreshing glass of ice-cold water. You've been through a lot. You deserve it. Ice.
Paid for by the National Ice Board, not affiliated with the National Water Council or the National Association for the Advancement of Water Vapor.
Dearest Natalie, today was our fiercest battle yet. As we fought our way to victory, I saw something not soon forgotten. Telly Savalas atop the dunk tank, smiling triumphantly, gym shorts flapping in the wind. He had willed himself not to be dunked.
The Civil War Battles of the Network Stars, a Ken Burns film coming this fall to PBS.
Antifreeze. Don't drink that.
Why?
Because it'll kill you.
Oh.
This message brought to you by the United States Department of Condescending Paternalism.